What is up, everybody? How are you doing? It's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. I hope everyone's enjoying it. I know I am. I just talked to my baby, my son. I love it. He checked in early. I didn't have to wait all late in the day. It was beautiful. I love it. I'm here at the playground. And swinging, getting in touch with my inner child, like I tell you guys to do. This is where I posted that short week or two ago where I'm swinging. I love to swing. It just makes me happy inside, makes me feel free, feel the breeze, not thinking about anything except being in the moment. It's lovely. Still hot, even though it's later in the day. Where this swing set is used to be a softball field, and this is where I started playing softball, and didn't know if I was gonna like it or not, so they just bought me a cheap pair of shoes to wear, and they were Pro Wings with the Velcro, so I have memories of playing first base over here, and my love for softball began. And then there's another field over here, and this is where, show you this field. This is where I played a lot of kickball and for school, because this is also where I went 2nd to 5th grade at this school. And so this field is still here. It's the only thing that looks the same. There used to be a playground over here across from this one. It's not there. But this field has always been here. There's a track down there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but that field is where we used to have field day. So lots of balloon tosses and three-legged races and winning ribbons, stuff like that. But my favorite teacher, probably in the whole wide world, was here. It's where I had a split class. So 5th and 6th graders got to be in a class together, and I was a 5th grader, so I got to be in class with 6th graders. And my teacher, shout out Miss McHugh, she would have lots of contests, and the whole thing that Pizza Hut used to have about reading the most books, and she would take us for lunch to Pizza Hut if we won. And I remember getting to do that here. This field actually tried out for my first all-star team and didn't make it. I think I was the only white girl that tried out, and they were so serious about it too. Actually was playing in this field right here, and a girl was on second base, probably right where I'm standing, and she was behind me, and she actually peed on herself because the coach wouldn't let her take a break to go to the bathroom. So I'll always have that memory of this girl peeing on herself here, just running down her leg. That was crazy to me. I was like, it's really that important that we can't go to the bathroom? But I didn't make that softball team, and I started playing my second year of softball about 5 minutes down the road here at a place called Tyner, Bestie Shepherd, but Tyner Rec League, and I just walked on their all-star team over there. No tryout necessary. So it's just funny how political things are sometimes. Nothing racial, but definitely politics involved. Today I just wanted to check in real quick and talk about holding a mirror up to people. This is something that I like to do gently, no judgment. I don't want to attack anyone when I'm doing it. I'm simply influencing them and letting them know about themselves, things that they probably should know, or better yet, helping them to see that for themselves and not actually having to say anything at all. Just gently holding a mirror up to themselves and allowing them to see themselves, the reality of what they look like at a different angle, from a different perspective, to be very objective about it. And that doesn't mean caring what the world thinks, but sometimes when we are in our ego, we will project something to the world that is not really who we are. So I like to show people what I see in them, tell them what I see in them. I've talked about telling them about their potential and helping them to reach for it, but they have to do the work. So this is also part of that. When you hold up a mirror to someone and you show them how they're projecting themselves to the world and allowing them to take a different perspective on their life and how they're living it and the way that they're treating others, the way that they're treating themselves. I find it just so important to do that. I don't do it to everyone. I do it to those who I see great potential in, and also those that I see are headed down the wrong path, a destructive path, just the wrong road. I think it's beneficial. I think a lot of times, even if they don't change their course or they don't start living their best life and putting a good foot forward, they're not going to forget that moment ever. So you can't unknow again. So you may try to turn your back on it and run from it. You may look at it and say, I don't care, keep going that same direction, but you're never going to forget that someone in a kind way told you this is not the right path. Take a look at yourself. Take a look at what you're doing, how you're acting, and how you're treating others and yourself. And really sit with that for a minute and ask yourself, is this right for me? Is this for my better good? I just think it's so important. I did this for someone. Just story time real quick. I did this for someone. I knew that they weren't living their life right. I didn't attack them about it, but I gently, shared myself with this person as far as my pure, genuine, authentic self. I told them that the people that they were hanging around were, I quote, snakes, and also that we couldn't be personally close in each other's lives because when you hang out with snakes, you're going to vibrate at that same vibration. You're going to sync up with those kind of people, right? You're going to, just like girls that hang out together, their periods will sync up. It's generally the same thing. You're going to sync up with the energy of the things that are around you. Like attracts like. So if you're hanging out with snakes, you're living in the lion's den, you got, energy vampires all around you. You are essentially going to be an energy vampire unless you propel yourself out of that by seeking new avenues, better vibrations, being around that, gravitating towards things that are good for you and aligning yourself with other people, places, and things that are vibrating higher and are aligned with better things. So you have to want that. You have to go after that. But this person I would consider a fallen angel because they took that advice and they ran in the opposite direction from it. And it is just advice. You don't have to take it, but you'll never forget. And this person has eventually come to the end of the road with running away, and they don't have anywhere else to go except down with these people because that's the road that they chose, and they went all the way down it. They didn't just stop, reevaluate, start taking steps in the positive direction. They ran full speed with these other people, the snakes that I referenced, and they went all the way down that road. And it's so sad because they had so much potential, and I know that now they see, of course, now that they see there's no other way out other than the end game with these snakes, and things didn't pan out for them. So in turn, they're not going to pan out for them either, even though I tried to tell them in the most positive, loving way. They chose not to listen and thought this, a lot of times, people that live fast lifestyles, they get that excitement and that thrill and that high from that fast lifestyle that it's so hard to get out of it. I was watching that Netflix show about Griselda Blanco and, the godmother of cocaine or whatever, how she had so many opportunities to get out of that lifestyle, but the rush and the thrill and the money just kept her engulfed in it. And of course, she eventually succumbed to prison, and a lot of people around her also died or went to prison. Her children suffered, and then in the end she was released from prison, and then there was still many hits out on her, so she died from gunshot wounds, like 69, like not old but not young either. So she had lots and lots of time, lots of warnings to turn her life around, and she just couldn't get out of it. She couldn't put a stop to it. She couldn't just do a 180. She couldn't even start making little turns. She just stuck with it because that fast lifestyle is so appealing, and there's not a lot of people that will tell you don't do this anymore. They're all pretty much on the same path for that lifestyle. But anyway, even though I told this person and they are reaping what they have sown, I can't help them now. You won't be able to help them later. Maybe if they had, become aware, fully awakened sooner, you could have assisted them. But after they all go all the way down that road and you're walking your path in the light, even though you had shed the light on the truth and held that mirror up to them and tried to give them steps and awareness, after they're so far down there, you can't stick your hand out and you can't help them anymore. You cannot go even a little bit way down that road, or you will start vibrating again that same way yourself, and you've come too far. I've come too far, way too far, to turn my back on the path that I have chosen, the purpose that I am walking in. It's just not an option anymore. I'll be glad to tell people things and share my experiences and give them knowledge about how I did things and what worked for me, what didn't work for me, but you can't go down that road. You can't save someone from their karma. They have to do the work themselves. It's very hard. It's not easy. It is extremely uncomfortable, but you have to do it yourself. That's how you reap the rewards. It's not a fast come up. It's not a fast come up like the fast life. It is a very slow, hard process, painful process to let people go, people that you were ride or die for, and the only thing that you should be ride or die for is God and yourself and the work that you put in. That is the only true ride or die relationship that you should commit to, ever. So, but always gently try to hold a mirror up to people. If they mean something to you, if you see potential in them, tell them what you see in them, how much you love them, how much God loves them, how much they should love themselves. Hold the mirror up to them and show them how they look, how they're presenting. It could change their lives. They might not take heed ever. They might not take heed right away. They might do it immediately. Who knows? But at least you tried, and you could say you tried, and they can never forget. They'll never forget it, okay? So I love you guys. I hope you're having a great day. God loves you, and you are never, ever, ever, ever alone. Bye.